My dear child, there are times when you are going to feel like you are not making any progress. You will get triggered and you will feel how you used to feel, and that may trick you into thinking that you are not making any progress, but you are. Because now you know that you are being triggered when before you may have not realized it now. You know, and now you get to choose how you would like to show up. It's okay to get triggered. Your triggers can give you great insight into what scares you. And it's okay to witness your past self emerge from time to time, and that does not negate your healing. When we are self aware, we have control over how we choose to show up. And to change anything, we must understand what we are trying to change and why it is there to begin with. When we understand why we are the way we are, we became much more compassionate towards ourselves. Your triggers are not your fault. The triggers let you know that you are subconsciously trying to protect yourself from a pain you once felt before. So, the triggers can make the unconscious conscious. And when we recognize what we are trying to protect ourselves from and understand where the fear is coming from, we can be more compassionate with ourselves, and instead of the fear being in the driver's seat, we take control over our fears. And when we do, we let ourselves know that we no longer need protection because we can handle whatever comes our way. My child, know that the weapon that was formed against you by the devil will not prosper. Instead, I will use that weapon to prosper the plan which I have for you, without letting that weapon harm you. You know what happened in the life of Daniel. In his life, I created a situation to bless Daniel, but the devil had used that situation as a weapon to throw Daniel into the lion's den to destroy Daniel's life. But the devil forget one thing. It was about me. The devil forget that I am there with Daniel. The devil forget that I am seeing everything that the devil is planning. The devil forget that from his weapon I would help Daniel. The devil never knew that I would use the weapon that the devil formed against Daniel as a plan, even in your life. The devil may be planning something to destroy your life. The devil may use the circumstance that you are facing in your life to destroy you. That can be through the circumstance that I have planned for giving you the best blessing. But let me tell you, The weapon that the devil is forming against you will not prosper because you are my child. I will never do anything to harm you. Have a faith in me even when you face certain things in your life. Don't lose your faith in me. Believe in me by believing I am with you. I am with you always. I will bless you for everything. I have a plan. My child, know that. I hope you realize that nothing lasts forever. Not happiness, not pain. So, this feeling that you find yourself experiencing this discomfort, confusion, or emotional turmoil, it will pass. And deep down, you know it too, because you have been through hell and back and still had the courage to face one more day. You have lost, broken down, and been hurt in ways more than one, but that never stopped you from forgiving. It never stopped you from stretching your heart to make room for more love, more friendship, and more happiness. Because you have seen more layers of others than you would like to admit, parts that you wish you did not come across. Because now you can't see them in the way you used to, but that did not stop you from accepting them. That did not stop you from giving them another chance. That did not stop you from being the soft hearted mess that this rough, unforgiving world needs. So, this will pass too, this pain, this moment in your life, this difficult road in your healing journey. It will pass because it has to. It will pass because you have gone through hell and back before, and you still kept going, and you still kept going. So, my child, know that the best part about this path is that the wiser you became, the less you are going to have to deal with. It's not just about what you are attracting, but about what you are avoiding. Not getting yourself into situations you will have to heal from later. Learning from your experiences, listening to your intuitive guidance system, and actually allowing it to direct your flow. Don't take for granted all of the things that are going really well in your life. It's happening because of your intentional and deliberate growth. Acknowledge the easy and you are creating. It is an unseen yet principal stroke on your canvas. My child, know that. If today was your last day, remind yourself, did you tell your favorite people how much you appreciate and love them? Did you do something for yourself and your own happiness? What was the last thing you remember that made you laugh or warms your heart? How many souls did you touch in your life? How many days you remember with a smile on your face? It's not the sadness or bad moments that you want to keep in your heart. It's the days you actually felt alive that count. My child, know that stress is bad for us when we are overloaded with pains or problems. Eventually, it becomes internalized stress that causes anxiety and worry and gets into our bodies. What are you stressed about today? Whatever it is, you can surrender it to God. Many shows us a great example of this when she learned that she was to become pregnant with the messy out of wedlock. She understandably had many emotions. In her shock, fear, and confusion, she may have wanted to hold on to life as she knew it and stay in control. But instead, she stepped into the anxious unknown and yielded totally to God's will. Then she experienced great dignity and joy. Mary's prayer of submission to God that birthed the first Christmas can birth peace in your heart today. Let it be to me according to your word. You might find it helpful to meditate on this scripture by breathing it in and out. As you do, try focusing your prayer on a particular stress or opportunity in your life that needs to be offered to God. So, my child, know that you don't have to push yourself to do things you don't want to do, things you don't feel comfortable doing. Brave does not mean throwing yourself into the open sea and swim until you have nothing left to give, till you cannot breathe. Brave does not mean stepping out of your comfort zone only to suffer in silence later on. Brave is not doing what others tell you or expect you to do. You don't have to be brave. Braveness is not always something you achieve after daring to be yourself, despite what everyone else thinks. It's not always possible to do these things. It's not always manageable to follow the opposite of the flow. You don't always have the strength to be brave. We don't always have the strength to fight. You don't have to be brave. You are allowed to catch your breath. You are allowed to lower your shoulders. You are allowed to try again. My child, know that very blessed days are ahead. You have put in so much inner work to become better. The universe sees this work you are doing and is preparing powerful blessings. Stay the course. Continue to put in daily work to better your mind, body, and spread. Keep developing your gifts and your skills. As you do so, your intuition will sharpen and be a guiding light for you to make the right decisions. Keep your channel to spirit clean and pure. My child, know that having boundaries will any day lift you up. Maintaining standards will always elevate your persona. Sticking to what you believe and standing for it will inevitably project your firmness. Building up boundaries or having a threshold does not pertain to ego or selfishness at any point of time. Possessing those barricades signifies your heightened sense of self. They reflect you, your perception. Perhaps they symbolize your struggle, pain, efforts, and phenomenal journey you have made. Certain choices of cutting off people, not chasing voids, crying out loud when it's heavy, and at last of not prioritizing anyone over yourself will end up making your life richer, realizing and coming in terms with what exactly you desire for and working for the same is going to save you. There is nothing wrong in being rigid with your principles. Boundaries are meant to be broken for if anyone wants to look into you. Bear this in your mind that love has always crossed oceans, went deeper into flesh-made souls' conscious world. So does holds power of breaking walls that you have built around you. Your ingrown insecurities will make them love you desperately. Scares that earlier added to one's discomfort will add up to the love they have for you. Vulnerabilities will simply be their favorite component of a being. Perhaps someone out there still believes that moon is moon just because of its scars and exist with the idea of seeing people not for who they have been but for who they are. We are constantly changing, altering ourselves in one or the other way, working on our shortcomings or overcoming realities. The people you surround yourself with should be those who have this ingrown kindness and compassion. Someone who knows how to appreciate growth, how to step up when one is falling down. People you choose to be with are the ones solely responsible for the kind of mentality you will be having. If you want an elevated form, go for the same kind. Limitations only makes you up, decks up your character, preserves your being, raises your standards, and it will never and ever be a reason for you being unloved. Someone who does is not just for you. Remember that. My child, know that what is impossible for them does not have to be impossible for you. What limits them does not have to limit you, and what stops them from going after what they truly want in life does not have to stop you. You get to decide your limits. You get to decide how far you can go. You get to decide what you are capable of achieving, and you get to decide just how much you are willing to believe in yourself. This story is yours and yours alone. So don't borrow someone else's beliefs about what is possible and let their words fill your pages. You are the sole guardian, protector, and keeper of your dreams. And you are the only one who can decide how far you are willing to follow them. You are the only one who can decide what is worth fighting for. You are the only one who can decide whether or not you will be believed. So don't look at them for proof of what is and is not possible. Look inside yourself. Listen to that inner voice. What does your heart tell you? Type yes if you have faith and trust in universe. Type amen to fulfill all your wishes come true very soon.